welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is a heat resistant festival slash summer slash making your makeup last all day tutorial. So this is really going to prevent your makeup from melting off in the heat at either Stagecoach or Coachella. So if you're interested on how to keep your makeup lasting all night, keep on watching. So for the first step, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer Primer. This is more of like a silicone-y primer. I'm using this instead of my foundation primer in Radiance from Laura Mercier just because I feel like it keeps me pretty dewy. So for a festival or something where it's like really hot outside, I wanted to go with more of a silicone base so that I don't look oily towards the end of the night. So I'm going to prep my face with this. So just adding a small amount to my fingers. I'm not going to apply this primer all over my face. I'm just going to focus it on where I produce the most oil. So on my cheeks, my chin, and my nose, and then on my forehead. So next for foundation, I'm actually going to be mixing two. I'm going to be mixing the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation and the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. The reason why I'm mixing them is because I love both formulas, but this is like my favorite formula of a foundation, and I just love how matte the HD foundation by Makeup Forever is. So I'm going to mix the two to create a good formula extra matte foundation so I look nice and matte all day. So I'm going to take this little dropper and just squeeze some product onto the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take the Makeup Forever foundation. I'm just going to do about one full pump of that, maybe 1.5, let's be real. Now I'm taking a damp beauty blender and I'm just going to pick up the product and just pat it into my skin. So now I'm going to be taking my concealer. I'm actually going to be using two different concealers. I'm using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. So all you're going to do is just place a small amount under your eyes. Or anywhere that you have like blemishes, because this is a really full coverage concealer as well. So I'll put it like where my redness is, but I'll save the rest for the other concealer that I'm about to use. This mainly is just really good for the under eyes. And I'm taking my Morphe E8 brush and I'm just buffing that in. And then I'm also covering some redness that I have on my eyelids as well, just by bringing the product up to my lids. Now I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer. This is like my favorite concealer right now. I just love how lightweight and creamy it is. The dispenser is kind of weird. You just have to squeeze it and sometimes a lot of product comes out. Yep, like that. And I'm just going to dot this under my eyes. Yes, I am layering concealers. A couple dots on my forehead, my chin, and then I use this to spot treat any blemishes that I have. And then taking the damp beauty blender, I'm just going to pat that in. Now I'm going to take that same beauty blender and dip that into my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And then I'm just going to pack that setting powder under my eyes just to set that concealer. Moving it up to the nose just because I really want it to kind of highlight that side of the nose area. Makes your nose look a little smaller. I'm also going to pack some of that setting powder on my chin, above my Cupid's bow. While I'm letting this setting powder set on my face, I'm taking the MAC 135 bronzing brush and picking up a little bit of Too Faced chocolate bronzer. I'm just going to add that to the hollows of my cheekbones. And then I'm just adding a little bit of bronzer under my nose, along the jawline and around the forehead. Now I'm taking a Sigma E36. This is just a small blending brush. I'm going to take some of that Milk Chocolate Too Faced bronzer, and I'm just going to do a little nose contour. Just lightly shadowing the sides. Now I'm going to wipe off the excess powder using the Morphe E48 brush, and I'm just going to lightly just dust away that powder. Now I'm taking this really pretty blush by Tarte. This is in shade Exposed. It's really subtle. It's nothing crazy. It's just adding a little bit of life to the cheeks, just giving them a little bit of a oomph. And I'm taking that on my Bobbi Brown blush brush, and I'm just putting that onto the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going a little bit heavy on the blush just because I feel like it's the first thing that wears off, especially if you're out and about in the sun. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more on than usual. Now I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer in Eden, and I'm just going to apply a small amount to my lids. And taking a synthetic brush, I'm just going to buff that all over my lid. I highly advise that you use a really good eyeshadow primer, because if you're out in the sun all day, you're getting sweaty, all of your oils are coming to the surface, your shadow is going to get that really crazy oily crease right in the crease of your eyes. So I recommend using a really good eyeshadow primer, or any eyeshadow primer really, just to prime your lids, because if you don't, you'll see the difference for sure. So for eyeshadow, I'm first taking this just matte white eyeshadow. This is the Jane Iredale eyeshadow in white. And I'm picking that up on a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow brush, and I'm just packing that underneath the brow, on the brow bone. Oh my god, I look crazy. Look how white my underneath of my brows are. Whoa. Are they super white today? It's okay, that brow bone's just gonna be like extra highlighted. That's okay though. That's okay. For the upper crease, I'm gonna be grabbing this shade right here. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Single Shadow in Fawn. I'm picking that up on a fluffy blending brush. And then I'm just sticking that right in the crease socket and just wiggling that around. This is a bigger brush, so it's okay that it's getting on my lid. I'm just going to cover that up with a lid shade anyhow. And with this color, I'm even bringing it up to the brow, right underneath the brow. I just feel like adding that shadow right below the brow is just giving that Coachella vibe. It's just creating more of like a stronger looking crease. I feel like it just adds a lot of drama. Now I'm going to spray my Sigma E58 brush. I'm just going to spray that with some Fix Plus from MAC. And I'm going to pick up this eyeshadow right here. This is Mercury from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just going to pack that all over the lid. And taking a MAC 217 brush, I'm going to go into Anastasia Beverly Hills Hot Chocolate eyeshadow, which is this reddish dark brown. I'm just picking up a small amount of that on my brush and then just really focusing that into the center of the crease. Just doing back and forth motions. Just kind of making that a little bit stronger. And going back into that white shadow, I'm picking that up on a medium sweeper E54 brush. And I'm just focusing that white on the inner corner just to give myself a little highlight. And slightly just dragging that up a little bit onto the lid. Alright, so we're going to finish the eyes by finishing up the lower lash line. And I'm taking the Sigma Flat Definer brush. And I'm going to pick up Fawn, which is what we used in our upper crease. And then I'm just going to draw that up to kind of flick that out into like a more of like a wing shape. So I'm just drawing that outer line up a little bit just so that it kind of connects with the shadow shape that we did. And going back to that flat definer brush, I'm going to take hot chocolate and I'm just going to line my lower lash line. So now I'm just taking a white eyeliner pencil and I'm just going to put that into the waterline. Now I'm going to be using the Buxom Mascara and I'm just doing a coat on my top and lower lashes. Now I'm going to apply Lilly lashes in style Mykonos. I love these lashes so much. They're just so fluttery and thick and long. Now I'm going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is the Gleam. And I'm taking Mimosa, which is this bronzy kind of highlight. So it's not like a white highlight. It's more of like a, I don't know, it's like a warmer... It's just like a warm and fuzzy highlight. So I'm just going to pop that onto the high points of my face, like my cheeks, the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Now I'm taking Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in Cork. This is kind of like it's like a nude-ish brown. So it's like a browner nude. I don't know, it's really subtle. I feel like it's not too brown. I really like it. They're very long wearing. If you're gonna be out all night, I always choose Dose of Colors, no matter what. So I'm gonna use this without a liner. And then to finish off this look, this is the most important part for me. I absolutely have to use a setting spray if I don't want my makeup to move all day. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. This is my favorite. I've had this for the longest amount of time. It's never failed me, so I'm just going to go ahead and spray this all over. Or if you wanted to step it up and be even more festive, you can just use any white gel liner. I use the Ingot gel liner, and I just created some dots and shapes, and you got yourself a Coachella look. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up today's tutorial. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in my next video. So if you're interested in how to make your... What? No! Am I shaking the bed by pouncing with my beauty blender?
No, she's going like...
Oh! No. And taking a Sigma small tapered blending brush, an E40, which is... bleh. Now I'm going to prime my eyelids using... Why do I have hairs all in my mouth? This is so annoying.